Hey guys, so this video is meant to help you with the assignment Causes of Climate Change. With that assignment, we're researching greenhouse gases. Now in class, every student was assigned one of the 5 greenhouse gases, but in this video, I'm just assigning you one, carbon dioxide. Your job on slide 1 will be to research carbon dioxide. You'll need to research how much of this gas is in the atmosphere, or in other words, what percentage of the atmosphere is carbon dioxide. Okay. You also need to research how is this gas naturally produced and how is it synthetically produced. Then finally, you'll research how is carbon dioxide removed from the atmosphere. Now, a lot of that information you can get in the article that's in the slides, okay? But you won't be able to find it all, so you will have to hit the internet for some of that information. I went ahead and did the research for the other 4 greenhouse gases. And I'm going to go over that with you right now. Okay, so get to slide 2 or pause the video and come back, okay, when you're done researching carbon dioxide. But on slide 2, you're going to fill out the data table for the other 4 greenhouse gases. So let's go over that information. So the first one you're going to go over here is water vapor. Okay, water vapor is always going into the atmosphere and back out, okay? And so the amount that's in the atmosphere varies for how much water's in the air, okay? Which changes depending on the time of year or the location. Some areas are more humid than others, but it can be anywhere from 0% of the atmosphere to 4% of the atmosphere can be water vapor. It occurs naturally through evaporation and occurs synthetically, or because of humans, from anything we would do that would cause water to evaporate. Okay, even just boiling water to make some food can cause water to enter into the atmosphere. Okay, it exits the atmosphere through precipitation. That's rain, snow, hail, all of those things. Okay. Next, we have methane. Now, methane contains 0.0000187% of the atmosphere, okay, is methane. Methane is considered natural gas, which is a fossil fuel, and it enters into the atmosphere naturally as a fossil fuel. So when those pockets of natural gas that are in the crust of the earth are breached, that methane can exit into the atmosphere. It also can occur synthetically as our biodegradable substances that are in landfills begin to degrade. They'll break down. It's also produced in the flatulence of cows, which students always find funny. Some may ask why cows, and to be honest, I don't know what other animals may or may not produce methane in their digestive tract, but the cattle industry is so large and there's so many cows that they produce a notable amount of methane. Not all the methane, but a large enough quantity that it's worth mentioning. Okay? Methane is removed from the atmosphere through a process called oxidation. During oxidation, a rogue oxygen atom, you could say, okay, called a hydroxyl, will react with the methane, causing it to create a new molecule that will precipitate out of the air, kind of like snow and rain. Okay, but this process takes about 9 years on average per methane molecule that enters into the atmosphere. Okay, so it takes a long time. All right, our next gas is nitrous oxide. Now, nitrous oxide takes up 0.00003% of the atmosphere. It occurs naturally through bacteria because of bacteria that's in the soil and in the ocean. It occurs synthetically because of fertilizers that we use, as well as some other reasons. Okay, it is absorbed by bacteria as well, which is how it's removed from the atmosphere. It's absorbed by bacteria, but it also is broken down through UV radiation. But that process takes about 114 years per nitrous oxide molecule. So another thing that is taking a long period of time. Now, these gases, they're smaller and smaller quantities of the atmosphere, but they take longer and longer periods of time to actually be removed from the atmosphere. Our last one are chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs. This isn't one type of molecule, it's actually a group of molecules. It takes up 0.000000043%. It does not occur naturally. This is a man-made molecule. It doesn't happen naturally. But it is very damaging to the ozone and is a very strong greenhouse gas. Okay, you may have heard of it before as Freon, is how it was sold, the name it was sold under back in the 70s. It was used in refrigerators as a refrigerant and air conditioners back in the day. It used to be used in aerosols for aerosol cans. Okay, but since learning of its negative impacts on the atmosphere, it's now strongly regulated with its production and use throughout the world. Okay, so essentially what's in the atmosphere hopefully will be the only amount to enter the atmosphere. The only way that CFCs leave the atmosphere is through UV radiation, the ultraviolet light from the sun causing it to break down. But that process takes hundreds of years. In fact, they think it'll take 100 years for half of the CFCs currently in the atmosphere to break down and be able to no longer be in the atmosphere. Okay? Now, those are your 4 other greenhouse gases. So you'll need to fill that out on slide 2. You finally have slide 3 as well, which you can fill out those questions based off of the article attached to this assignment. If you have any questions at all, feel free, shoot me an email, and I can try and help you out. Okay? All right.